Remember back in the good old days when presidents were presidents of the entire United States and not just the states that voted for them, and then lashed out at any states that didn't? I really fucking miss that.
If you live in a blue state or city, you need to hear what Trump said today. This is a declaration of economic civil war.
Starting February 1st, we're not making any payments to sanctuary cities or states having sanctuary cities because they do everything possible to protect criminals at the expense of American citizens.
You heard it. February 1st, all federal funding is being cut to sanctuary cities and sanctuary states, aka blue states, states that are fighting against his policies, states that are fighting back against immigration enforcement. He's cutting off federal funding. But what does that federal funding go towards? I am so glad you asked. That goes towards the SNAP benefits, food stamps, food assistance, heating and utility assistance. Unemployment insurance is also subsidized by the federal government in some states. So they are literally going to try and starve the American people into submission. That's what this is. He thinks that by withholding federal funding, they're going to starve the American people into submission. We now know the date, February 1st, and I'm sure states are going to challenge this in court. I can almost guarantee that. What happens? To be determined, but we now have a date, February 1st. And by the way, that actually coincides with a potential government shutdown. You know we had another one of those coming at the end of the month, right? So pay attention. They're trying to starve us into submission, and we cannot let that happen.
So he's cutting the funding to the blue states, but the blue states fund the red states. So the blue states will just stop funding the red states to fund themselves. And then the red states will really be the ones that get their funding cut in the long run.
A lot of MAGA voters are angry. Their anger is because their orange master is currently cutting, federal funding, and a lot of them actually benefit from this funding, and now it's freaking them the hell out because they never expected exactly what they are saying. They thought, voting for him was going to make them richer and, of course, bring back or make all the people that take away the benefit from them to go away. They believe that other people were the ones enjoying the federal, government benefits and all of that, not knowing that they are also the highest benefactor of government aids. And now they are all freaking out on the internet. Well, I'm going to let the rest of the videos roll, then I'll come back with more commentary. Credit belongs to original creators of these videos. Do what to like and subscribe. Let's go watch.
If the Cheeto cuts off federal funding for blue states, what would happen if they just stopped putting anything back into the federal government? I mean, I feel like this is what's going to actually be the catalyst that causes the next civil war, because everyone knows that all of the red states take money from blue states. Like California and New York have bigger economies, I think, than the rest of the United States put together. So red states are actually the ones that benefit from blue states. So if blue states are putting into the federal government and then not getting anything else out, they should stop. Maybe this is it. Maybe everyone just moves to whatever color state you want. The states pick, red or blue. You guys can have the Cheeto. Any red state can have the Cheeto. I live in a red state, so I'll have to move, and I'm okay with that. I'll move, and then I'll move to a blue state with everyone else who wants to live in a blue state, and we will have our own democratic elections, and we will have our own president that we elect and we don't worship. We just elect a representative to serve us, not we serve this dementia-ridden, shriveled up pedo Cheeto. I kind of like this idea.
Where are our leaders? Where are the people that are supposed to be standing up and leading us through this difficult time? That's literally what we elected them for. Let's see. Donald Trump says he's going to cut off all federal funding to blue states, which is catastrophic. I mean, funding for SNAP, funding for housing assistance, funding for infrastructure, roads, bridges, everything. It will literally collapse not just the blue states, but the red states too. He sends in armed, masked men who grab indiscriminately people off of the street, and then they say, and you guys have immunity. You cannot be touched, and if anyone touches you, then they're committing a felony. And Kristi Noem stands in front of the nation with a sign that says, one of ours, all of yours, which is directly from the fascist playbook. And your response to us is stay peaceful. Be nice now, stay peaceful. Are you on the same team? Are you all really on the same team? Because frankly, I didn't used to think that when people said it, but seeing how you're responding to this and how you're giving us absolutely no leadership, absolutely no tools, absolutely nothing but stay peaceful and be nice. And wait for the court system when we know this administration doesn't follow court orders. Where are our leaders? Go love your neighbor.
A lot of these MAGA voters actually felt that black and brown people were the ones benefiting mostly from this whole government aid, call it EBT, call it whatever, housing, the Section 8 and all of that. They felt that those people were the ones taking all the government aids. They felt that those people were the ones, having, benefiting from a lot of them. But now, it's now getting to them to know that, these people have never been the problem. The problem has been us. And, we have actually been benefiting from this because now it's being taken away from them, okay? Because he's taking it away from them, they now felt like we need to kind of speak out. A lot of them are now freaking out on the internet. And that's why I have so many of them saying that, oh, I regret my vote. The whole I regret, and leaving MAGA is all over the place because these people didn't take time to understand the fact that when an aid is taken, they don't ask who did you vote for, okay? They don't ask who exactly is the person that you stood out for, or are you conservative or you're Democrats. They don't answer those questions. What they ask is, what they know is that they are taking away a particular, funding without minding. I'm so sorry for the noise, but yeah, let's go keep watching, guys.
I just left my sister Susan's house. And no, I do not have a sister named Susan. My sister Susan's house is a safe housing program for pregnant and parenting teens and young adults who are experiencing homelessness. The Trump administration cut their federal funding as laid out in the goals of Project 2025 because their program was not marriage focused, as many of these girls are living in domestic violence. And because of losing that federal funding, my sister Susan's house was going to have to close their doors. All I did was tell you about it, and you guys raised almost $500,000 to save my sister Susan's house. And they invited me to come visit today. This is Sarah, who is the executive director of Youth Focus, who is over my sister Susan's house. That's me. And then there's Nurse Tough Love. Do you recognize her? She is the one who told me about my sister Susan's house. So honestly, all this is because of her. And this is Maggie, who is over philanthropy. That's the word for my sister Susan's house. The place is incredible. These girls and young women can come into their care at any point during their pregnancy, and they will support them through whatever choice they make. They showed me their rooms. I got to hear their stories. They help them through education, life skills, job skills, getting jobs, financial literacy, and being able to completely change the trajectory of their life. I just wanted to give you an update that I've seen with my own two eyes what this money is going to do. And let me tell you, it is incredible work that changes lives. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for making this world a better place.
So now that, things have become so expensive, somebody was making a video one time and said, America is somehow gradually turning into a third world country. And they all are crying the hell out. Finding out that other countries actually, have, what's it called, free healthcare, and they don't have, and yet America pays a lot of taxes. And now they are now finding out that, other people do not have to work so many jobs for them to put food on their table. But most Americans do 2 to 3 jobs. And a lot of them are just freaking out that they can't even afford housing at the end of the day. After, paying taxes and paying for utilities and all of that, they can no longer afford anything. So their income is not even helping them at all. Imagine when you do 2 to 3 jobs and yet you cannot even afford like basic things, and now it's freaking them out. This is not what a lot of them actually expected. A lot of them didn't vote for this. So many of them didn't expect this to happen to them, but somehow it's actually happening, and they are mad about it. They are freaking out. They wish they had listened to every warning that black folks actually warned them, okay? Because people were making videos everywhere telling them, oh, if anything is going to be cut, everybody's going to feel it. Not just one person, but everybody. They're not going to ask, are you white or brown or black? No, they're not going to ask those questions. What they know is that they are cutting funding, and everybody has to, participate in everything that is happening. Consequences goes kind of spread out, right? Not just one person is going to feel the consequences of other people's vote, including the people who didn't actually vote for you, which is where it's very ironical, right? But somehow this is exactly what MAGA gets when they refuse to listen when people warn them about it. And now a lot of them are freaking out that, oh, he's cutting federal funding and he's cutting everything, and we have nothing at the end of the day. If we cannot manage with a little, we can't even even manage with the little that we have, okay? And to think that majority of them actually benefit from the healthcare, Obamacare, that every one of them actually do not like. Most of them do not like to hear anything Obamacare, but they are okay with ACA, okay? And now they are finding out that ACA and Obamacare is actually the same thing, and is also freaking them out. Like, MAGA is wondering, like, is this actually what we voted for? Is this what we actually sat down and stood for? Okay, for something that we know that was never going to benefit us. But guys, you cannot even rub it on yourself at this time, because this is, for me, I feel it's a little bit too late. Yes, people are calling for MAGAs to leave if they feel uncomfortable and they are not seeing the light. But yeah, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel is good. But what actually I think you should do right now is to try to kind of decenter yourself, keep decentering yourself to the next election. But for now, I feel it's a little bit too late, because election and voting has consequences, and somehow you are actually going to have a grip of it. Anyway, guys, let me know what your own take are in the comment. Let's have that conversation. Please do well to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it, and credit belongs to original creators of these videos. I look forward to seeing you all on my next. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and see you all next time. Bye, guys.